CS Office, a classic and loved map that has been part of Counter-Strike for over 24 years. A map that has been in every single release of Counter-Strike since its creation. Throughout every Counter-Strike version, many of the classic maps that we know and love have had some big changes, whether it be changing the country it takes place in, or simply just completely transforming and getting more modern in each version. However, CS Office has seemed to stay the exact same this whole time, with only really small minor changes. Well, what if I told you the reason for this is that CS Office is stuck in a time loop? This is the CS Office time loop theory. Let's start off by looking at Office and determining what year it takes place. Looking at the old computer setups on this map, these computers seem to be based on Dell Dimension desktops, which is from the early 2000s. The computer monitors and keyboards also appear from this era. Another thing pointing to us what year's Office takes place is the Windows XP version running on the screens in Source and 1.6. Lastly, there are a few other things laying around in the Office with the year right on it, like these reports saying January 1999. Judging by all this, Office takes place somewhere in the early 2000s. Something important to point out is how most of these things appear from Source all the way into Counter-Strike 2. The only difference really being that the screens are off in CS2 and CSGO. Now, as I said before, judging from the other maps, we have seen them completely transform in each version, but Office has not. For example, we have seen the construction of Church itself on Inferno slowly be built up over time in each version of CS, starting all the way from Source and even 1.6, which proves that the world is definitely moving past these early 2000s. On the map Nuke, there's an award on the wall that says the year 2014. Now compare Office to the year 2014. There's no way that Office is even moving a little bit forward in time, no matter what version of CS you're playing. Now, let's look at the evidence that shows Office is stuck in a time loop, which is preventing it from moving forward with the rest of the updated maps for each new version of CS. In Counter-Strike, clocks have always been a weird thing. They appear static and don't ever move, even as the rounds go on. Even maps with multiple clocks, they all just say the same thing, but don't move. This had me first thinking, could all the other maps also be stuck in a time loop? But nah, like I said, all of these maps have still updated and moved over time. But on Office, there's a super weird instance of time itself appearing differently, that all the other maps don't have. In Counter-Strike Source, the computer monitors say 5:07 PM, but the microwave says 5:29. Two entirely separate times, but of course, neither of them move. In CS2 and CSGO, the clocks on the wall say 8:24. However, once again, that same microwave says 5:29 PM. Another thing to add is that if it really was 5:29 or 5:07 PM, there'd be no way that it would be this light out in the wintertime, proving once again that Office seems to be stuck in some weird type of time cycle where normal clocks don't appear correct. Now, let's get into the conspiracy theories on why this is. In CS Source in 1.6, there's references of Counter-Strike itself existing in itself. On Source, you can see the Counter-Strike Condition 0 icon appearing on the computer screen. Now in 1.6, there's a computer editing CS Office itself right on it. That's right, CS Office is being made on Office. Could this be a hint that there could be some type of time machine experiment going on, and Office was the test site for it? Now, this is the crazy part that will blow your mind and connect all these dots. The creator of Office also made the map Prodigy in 1.6. The backstory for Prodigy was that a tech business named Prodigy Inc. is creating an advanced AI so another tech business hires terrorists to attack it. And guess what one of the offices is called on Office in 1.6? That's right, Prodigy Inc. Could this be that same business venturing into some type of time travel? I would say so. Both of these theories connect, and it's honestly crazy. This could explain why we can see Counter-Strike and the creation and rendering of Office itself being displayed on the screens in-game. Maybe the reasons the screens are off in CSGO and CS2 is because they realized this mistake and have shut them off to hide this experiment. Now that is the office time loop theory. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I personally love doing theories, and I feel like Counter-Strike really has none, so hopefully this was a fun video for you guys to watch. Now peace out.